Hi guys, quick video today just to discuss how to best mitigate and manage the potential side effects of finasteride. I think it's fair to say that finasteride is probably one of the most divisive and controversial drugs on the market. You have people saying the drug can cause incredible regrowth to it'll shrink your Johnson and fear-mongering around the side effects after just one tablet. The reality of the side effect profile for finasteride is much more in the middle. Yes, the vast majority of men will take the drug without any perceivable issue whatsoever. However, there is a statistically significant incidence of side effects that just cannot be denied. Keep in mind though, finasteride was the 89th most prescribed drug in the US during 2019, with over 9 million prescriptions based on this reputable website by the name of ClinicalC. Now before I start off, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this content, and make sure to run everything by your healthcare practitioner before making any decisions on treatment. Now, if you are familiar with finasteride's mechanism of action, you'll know that the drug acts as a 5-AR inhibitor and thus blocks the conversion of testosterone into DHT. I did a really good video on the actual impact of 5-AR inhibitors on your hormones, so make sure to have a look at that as well. Just search on my channel. I'll try and add a card above if I can work it out. Ultimately though, finasteride suppresses this conversion and as a result, effectively forces the testosterone that would have otherwise been converted into DHT via the 5-AR pathway through two avenues. One, simply just remaining as testosterone, and two, via the aromatase pathway and conversion into estradiol. Many people speculate that the increased incidence of side effects isn't actually simply due to the minor reduction in overall androgenicity in the body, but also this increase in estradiol. Now this brings us to the first avenue of risk mitigation, and that is simply lowering your body fat percentage. Being at a higher body fat percentage increases the production of estrogen and consequently decreases the production of testosterone via negative feedback through the HPTA. Per this study that looked at increased estrogen production in obese men, the researchers found here, we postulate that obese men exhibit defective estrogen receptors leading to decreased T estrogen binding globulin, increased clearance of androgenic hormones, and elevated estrogen production rates. Now this feeds in also into sort of generally just any lifestyle practice, is you want to be operating in a healthy manner insofar as your sleep, exercise, diet, because all of this has a massive impact on proper hormone production in both men and women. It's very easy to try and blame feeling tired or the lethargic on a poor night's sleep, or generally just really bad diet practices and not even exercising, blaming all that stuff on taking a relatively benign drug in finasteride. Personally, I lost a decent amount of weight before commencing treatment, and I would certainly recommend this to anyone before jumping on a 5-AR inhibitor. The next protocol would be to research the drug thoroughly so you are very aware of the actual side effect profile of the drug. The nocebo effect is very powerful, and the power of suggestion can have a pretty big impact on the actual side effect profile of a drug. Just looking at this 2008 study, there were two groups treated with 5 milligrams of finasteride daily. The men were aged 51 to 64. One group was educated on the battery of potential side effects while the other was not. At the 12-month mark, the incidence of sexual side effects was 43.6% versus 15.3% for the respective groups. Now that's all very well and good, however the 15.3 should be taken with a grain of salt here. 5 milligrams is far beyond the clinically recommended dosage for hair loss, and these are much older men who would have already been predisposed to sexual dysfunction. This is just a byproduct of aging. It's not necessarily related at all to the consumption of finasteride. Now, as most people have discussed, probably the number one option in terms of managing the side effect profile is simply lowering the dosage. As we discussed in my earlier video, dosages as low as 0.25 milligrams are still proven to have clinical efficacy in the treatment of male pattern baldness. However, dosages beyond 1 milligram were proven to have severely diminishing returns. Many folks get all the cosmetic benefits from as low as 0.25 milligrams daily versus the clinical doses of 1 milligram. I've also heard anecdotally that Korea actually prescribes 0.5 milligrams daily for the treatment of hair loss. An added benefit to this is the cost benefit for what is already a relatively cheap drug if your country does produce high quality generics. That's it for me today. Hope you liked the video and catch you soon. Bye.